Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today. I'm excited to have you here today. I'm excited that I have new subscribers and I welcome you to our little community here on YouTube where we talk about budgeting for the most part. I do talk about my faith a little bit as I budget, and you see that in my budget, but mostly this is just a budgeting channel where I share how I do paycheck to paychecks, monthly budgets, weekly check-ins, and sinking funds, savings trackers, and all the things. So I'm excited to get into this. Now, as you can see here, this is a blank page. And if you're one of my original subscribers, welcome back. I am excited to have you here as well. I don't want to leave you guys out, but these are my budget sheets. And when I say I design them, I put them on Etsy, I sell them, and so if you're interested in purchasing them, go ahead and check that out. I have a link in the description box below. And yeah, this is my weekly check-in. The sheet is for 5 weeks. And today I want to do something a little bit different. I'm going to show you how I decide how much each week gets. And I usually write that out on the other page where I have like monthly notes. And we're going to take a look at the calendar. I do have a few things purchased. I only have actually 3 days in this week that we're working with, and I need to see how many weeks we have. So you're actually going to see the full process of how I make my decisions on weekly check-ins and how I stay on top of what I'm spending every week. And then we'll go from there. So I will be right back. Okay, I am back. So here we go. This is my calendar I use with my weekly check-in here. And what I use the calendar for is to take my expense stickers that I cut for myself, and I categorize my spending into 4 categories or 5 categories. And I already have some spending down in the first 3 days of the month. I usually start on the first of every month because my husband gets paid on the first with specific checks. And so we just start our budget there, and it's fresh and new every month. Here you see a lot of grocery spending. I had one no spend day, and then a little one unbudgeted. Not unbudgeted, geez, what am I saying? One miscellaneous. I have decided my allergy shots are miscellaneous because they're every 6 weeks now. And then it's only a $10 copay, so I'm not too worried about that. Now, I have not set up here the budget for the weekly check-in. So what I'm going to do is kind of zoom you guys in. I'm going to total up these numbers and kind of start with the budget that way. It's a little bit backwards. Normally I have a number figured out, and then I move forward, and anything left over balances forward week to week. But I'm not going to quite do that this time. But I do need to figure out, before I actually total up these numbers, is to figure out my weeks for the weekly check-in. So this is going to be week 1, these 3 days. I do my weekly check-in on Friday the 4th, checking in on Thursday the 10th, and the video goes up on Friday. So every Friday to Thursday, so this is week 2, week 3, week 4, and week 5. So I will, and week 5 ends on a Thursday, which works well for me. So I do have 5 weeks I'm checking in for. So that means I need to take my amounts that I want to budget for through those 5 weeks. So week 1, and I think I will be zooming you guys in because that might be better for you to see what I'm talking about. And then I'll be zoomed in for this part for the calendar, and then I'll show you the numbers. So let's go ahead and do that. All right. Okay, I am back. So you can see here closer, here's all the spending. And I went ahead and wrote down what all the totals were, and we just need to total those up really quick. And I will show you that. Get the calculator, geez. I'm on here. I think I'm on here a little bit. There we go. Put that on. And we had several little shopping trips, basically, for different things. So on Tuesdays, we have home group, and there were some snacks I needed to get for home group. It's basically where friends from church gather together. We have one leader, and we kind of go over a sermon on Sunday. This past week, we actually were talking about a missions trip, so that was really cool. So I got some snacks for that evening for everybody. $17.22 there. That's what the Dollar General for. I'm in walking distance of a Dollar General from my house. So, and it was like evening, late traffic and just busyness. So to go to the Dollar General was like a million times easier because there's no traffic and I can walk, you know, if I wanted to, I could walk to it. But I just drove over there, got what I needed and came back. $39.86 at Food Lion. Just some odds and ends items, cereals that I forgot, things that one store didn't have, the other did. I think I got some chips and stuff like that the boys wanted. Kroger's, today I went and got $16.25, and basically I got like 4 packages of cheese because we're doing a dinner on Sunday. I want to make sure there's enough cheese for everybody. It's an Italian night. It's going to be a lot of fun for home group. And then I found these car plugins for air fresheners, and my husband mentioned he wanted some, so I kind of stocked up on 4 of them, and he really liked those, so that's going to work out really well. And then I also had Walmart for $82.68. Now, when I was at Walmart, I forgot about the other stuff, so that's why there's 2 trips. Normally, I like to keep my trips all in one shopping trip, but I just forgot things, so that's okay. So this week we spent, I guess I could have done a big budget this week, $156.01 for that, and then miscellaneous was $10.05, and that was just a copay for my allergy shots, and there's no math in that. So I'm gonna go ahead and check these off. Now for the weekly check-in part, instead of, like I said, giving myself a budget, I'm just going to take the number that I have here on what I spent and fill this out, because obviously, I mean, we spent, but we didn't spend so much that there's a lot to track. So I'm gonna put this over here, and I'm gonna put grocery, household. I'm so against shopping at several stores or getting things at different stores that I combine my grocery household together, because I always buy it at the same place together. Restaurants. Miscellaneous. Let's see, can't spell today. ISCENEOUS. I think that's right. Miscellaneous, gasoline, and unbudgeted. All right, so unbudgeted, I did not have anything unbudgeted. Now, I also like to turn this sideways a little bit and write the dates, the 1st through the 3rd in parentheses right here, so I know what dates I'm working with as far as that week. So there's that. Now, I could have just left the 1st through the 3rd and made week 1 and skipped this weekly check-in, but I wanted to go ahead and get this done and get a video up for you guys. So budget, I'm just going to put 0 all the way across, because I didn't budget anything. Now I'm kind of winging this because I've never done this before, and then I always do unbudgeted like this because I don't plan for anything unbudgeted. So it's 0, and then I'm going to put what I spent, which was $156.01. And then restaurants, obviously nothing. And then $10.05. And then I'm going to put gasoline as nothing. Though I did spend in gasoline, I haven't paid for it. It's on the credit card. I discovered that my credit card gives me more points, like double or triple points for how much I spend. And since I have a Nissan Armada that took $72 worth of gas and still had a quarter of a tank, I put 20 gallons in. Yeah, it's crazy, just crazy how much gas is. So I spent here, easy math hopefully, $166.56. Okay. Oops, there should be a 06 there. Alrighty, 0 and 6, there we go. Now I can just put that over here, put the same number across. And what this is going to do is subtract to the 4 weeks I have left in the month to do the budget. So that's where we're going to get our numbers from. I normally don't do it this way. I normally give a budget amount here and then move forward, but it was such a short time period, I want to try it and see if it was something I would like to do. Now this month I'm doing $1,200 for the entire month for grocery household. And if I divide that by 4, let's see what number it gives me. That's $300. I like that. I think that that's comfortable. Now I can take that $300 and I can subtract what I've already spent this week, $156.01, and that gives me $143.99 for next week. It's kind of low. We may go over budget, but I'm going to use this number to kind of keep me moving forward. So yeah, that's going to work. So this week 2, as I set up week 2, I'm going to push this up a little bit. Grocery, household. I'm going to give myself, and I'm going to make a note here, I think. I'm going to write out the 300 minus 156.01, giving me that number so I know where the number came from. So $300 minus the 156.01 equals the 143.99. And I will know that is the budget. So that works for me. Restaurants. So let's find out what restaurants are going to be. So we've been giving ourselves $450 a month to spend. So divided by the rest of the month, which is the last 4 weeks, it's $112 a week and 50 cents. So I'm just going to put, divide 112. Okay. 50. Which means I didn't include any budget up here, so this works out fine. So yeah, 4 weeks, 112 for each week. If we don't spend it all, I balance it forward to the next week. As long as I stay within those boundaries by the end of the month, I am happy with how I budget it. I budget by week, but I don't necessarily count it. I could be over budget in a week, but still be under budget for the month because the other spending categories kind of support the over budget. But sometimes I'm over budget and it doesn't matter what direction I go. So miscellaneous. Okay. So miscellaneous, we have $550 that we are going to divide by 4. And that gives us $137.50. All right. And then gasoline is going to be $3.50 this month because gas prices are just crazy. Divide by 4. Now, if I'm putting it on the credit card, why would I have it here? It's a good question. I haven't quite figured it out yet. But I'm going to go ahead and keep this going so I know each week how much I have to pay on the credit card. So $87.50. So anytime I know I'm about to make a payment, like I know I'm getting ready to pay towards the camera I just bought and some of the cash I have to lower the balance, that is going to be taken care of in a couple of days. Then I would use money out of the checking account as well to cover that and gas purchase, and then I will deduct it from this category. So that works for me. And because I will be doing it during week 2, it'll take out of this budget, not so much out of the buffer, the checking account, or what's left in the checking account. After, all the bills are paid and after all this has been budgeted out, that's what's left in the buffer, the checking account. And then unbudgeted, obviously I don't budget anything for that because I can't even spell today, guys. Ooh, I don't even think it's a real word. Like, it always spell checks me on that one. So I think it's just something we made up. So there's that. So when I go to come back next week to do my weekly check-in for week 2, these are the numbers I'm working with. Hopefully I can stay within that. I'm going to go ahead and start totaling these up. So I'm going to start with gasoline because that's already on here. And I'm going to add the $137.50. And I'm going to add the $112.50 and the $143.99. Okay. All right, that gives us $481.49 for all 4 categories combined. And I can put that right here, $481.49. And yeah, I think it's doable because most of this I just bought. And by the time we get to next Thursday, we should be fine as far as, using only what we need here. I'm just concerned about the groceries. I know we will be using the restaurant. We've been keeping it under $100 for the week, where we only go out once a week, where my sons order pizza at home for takeout. Sometimes we eat with them. But if we don't eat with them, my husband and I go out. So that might be used up. But as long as miscellaneous is okay. You know what I didn't do with miscellaneous? I didn't take that 1005 out. 137.50 minus 1005. Oh, that was a close one. So really I have now 127.45. And that's why I like going ahead and creating a budget for the week as far as each category, because when I'm out and about, it's like having just a cash envelope with these amounts in it. The cash envelopes say, hey, I only have $127.45. You can't go over that. Don't go over that. Things like that. It tricks your brain into thinking, maybe I shouldn't buy this, or maybe I don't really need to buy this. So, yeah, I'm hoping we can stick with this, but I don't know, because I know this gasoline is pretty much used up with the $72.75 I spent on my credit card paying for gas. So I'm going to make a note here on this where, let's see, weekly check-in. So now I know what my spending categories are. I know what they are per week, as far as what the plan is for the budget. And going forward, when, that's my transaction log for the gasoline. Going forward, when I get to this page and I am doing the weekly check-in next time, I will know exactly how much week 3 category is going to be, what we add to the ending balance here, and what the new budget is going to be for the new week. So that's what those numbers are for. And we'll finish out the month. Yeah, so that's pretty good. Okay, that's it. That's the weekly check-in. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Have an amazing and blessed day. Bye.